Hello students, welcome back to Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. We are covering Chapter 2, which deals with computing wages and salaries, and this is Dr. Mercado speaking. Nice to have you back. Please make sure that you mark down on your calendars the due dates for all of your assignments. Okay, I've been having students email me or message me that they're not completing their assignments on time, that they want extensions. Okay, as stated on my syllabus, I don't grant extensions. Make sure that you pace yourself, that you organize your week to make sure that you complete all of your assignments timely. Okay, staying organized is very important. There are every week, you do have your quiz and you have your homework. Some of these problems are short, some of them are longer. It just depends. Okay, so you don't wait until Sunday night at 10 p.m. to start working on your assignments, because maybe you're not going to have enough time to complete it or get as good as a grade as you potentially could if you use both attempts. Okay, now in this lecture I am going to cover problem 228. Okay, problem 228 deals with commissions. Okay, so this problem states Jill Connor is employed as a salesperson in the men's department of Fashion Line. In addition to her weekly base salary of $440, Connor is paid a commission of 2% on her total net sales for the week, which is your total gross sales less any customer returns. During the past week, to promote the sale of its fine cashmere sweaters, Fashion Line agreed to pay Connor an additional PM, which is push money, of 2% of the total net sales of cashmere sweaters. Connor's weekly sales tally is given below. Then we have regular sweaters. We had sales of 400, returns of 48. Cashmere sweaters, sales of 995, returns of 75. Ties, sales of 190, 0 returns. Dress shirts, $445 in sales, $39 in customer returns, and sports shirts, $185 in gross sales and $25 in returns. We are being asked to compute Connor's total weekly earnings, showing her A, the weekly base salary, B, the commission, and then C, the push money, and D, the total weekly earnings. Okay, and they give us a breakdown. I went ahead and I copied this breakdown over to the Excel spreadsheet. That way I can enter my data. Okay, so letter A was given, which is the weekly base salary of $440. It's stated here in the problem that the weekly base salary was $440, so that's given. Regardless of how much you sell, you're still going to get your base salary of $440. Okay, now we have to figure out the weekly gross sales. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to calculate the gross sales as well as the customer returns. So for the gross sales, I'm going to go ahead and let me get a little... We're going to tally this column up. Okay, we're going to add them all up. Let me just, okay. So for my weekly gross sales, I'm going to add these numbers up. Okay, your sales number. So we can figure out how much did we sell during the week. Okay, we have $400, $995, $190, $445, and $185. That gives me $2,215 in sales. Okay, I'm going to put that in the first column so I can do a calculation. Okay, then we're going to get the returns. Okay, we're going to have our customer returns. And remember, we have to do this because our commission is paid on the net sales. Not on gross sales, but on the net sales, which is the gross sales less any customer returns. So now we're going to add up all of our returns. Let me get my calculator out. And we have $48 plus $75 plus $39 plus $25. So we had returns of $187. Okay. So now, to get my weekly net sales, this is how much you actually sold. Your weekly net sales is going to be your $2,215 minus the returns of $187. Okay? So your weekly net sales are of $2,028. $2,028, yeah, that's what I said. Okay? So, $2,028. You know what? Let me move this over. That way we can just do our calculations, our salary calculations on this column. Okay? So, My weekly net sales is 2,028. How do we get that number, guys? Well, we got the total gross sales of 2215 minus our customer returns of 187. That gives me 2,028. Okay. Now, let's calculate part B, the actual commission. Okay. So, I know that now I figured out that I had net sales of 2,028. Okay. So I'm going to get my 2,028. Okay. I wanted to underline it, but I guess I can't. Okay, so 2,028 times 2%. The commission says here, Connor is paid a commission of 2% on her total net sales. So we had total net sales of 2028. I'm going to multiply that by 2%. And that's going to give me $40.56 in commissions. I'm going to put that over here. That way I can keep track of my base salary and my commission on this column. Okay. Now, the problem also stated that this week they wanted to promote the cashmere sweaters, okay? And that they were going to pay you an additional 2% for the net sales of cashmere sweaters, okay? So, let's now figure out cashmere sweaters. So now we're going to look only at cashmere sweaters, okay, right here. So, we're going to look at cashmere sweaters because cashmere sweaters are paying an extra 2%, okay? So, my weekly gross sales of cashmere sweaters was $995, right here. We had returns of $75, okay? So, that means that my weekly net sales of cashmere sweaters is $995 minus $75, okay? So $995 minus the return of $75 gives me my weekly net sales of cashmere sweaters of $920. Okay. Now that I've got my net sales for my cashmere sweaters, I can get my $920 of cashmere sweaters, and I'm going to multiply it by 2% because they're paying you an extra 2% on your sales of cashmere sweaters. So $920 times 2%, that's going to give me $18.40. I'm going to put that in that second column because this column is keeping track of all of my salary or commission totals, okay? So, now I've got my weekly base salary. I calculated my total commission on my total sales of $40.50. And I've calculated my commission on the push money for the cashmere sweaters of $18.40. Now I can get my total weekly earnings, okay? And your total weekly earnings is basically going to be your weekly base salary plus your commission on your total net sales plus your commission on the push money for the cashmere sweaters. So, the total weekly earnings is $498.96, okay? $498.96 is the total weekly earnings for this particular employee, for Jill Connor, okay? So let's recap, okay? You start off with your weekly base salary that was given. Regardless of how much you sell, you're going to get paid $440, okay? Now they're telling you, we're going to pay you 2% of your net sales, okay? What is your net sales? It's your gross sales minus your customer returns, okay? So what we did is we got our gross sales, we added all these numbers up and it gave us 2,215. We subtracted our customer returns, we added all of these numbers and it gave us 187. So my weekly net sales is of 2,028. Once I've calculated my weekly net sales, I plug that in over here. I'm going to get my 2,028 times my 2% commission. That gave me $40.56. Now, in addition, we were told that if we were to push the cashmere sweaters, that was the goal, to push our cashmere sweaters this week, we were going to get paid 2% extra on the sales of the cashmere sweaters. So we are only going to focus on that extra commission that we're getting paid. That extra commission was on the cashmere sweaters. This employee sold $995 in cashmere sweaters. They had returns of 75. I'm going to subtract that. That gave me my weekly net sales of cashmere sweaters of 920. 995 minus 75 gives me 920. Now that I know my weekly net sales of cashmere sweaters, I'm going to get my 920 and I'm going to multiply it by the 2%. Right here it says that the push money is 2% of the total net sales of cashmere sweaters. So I'm going to get my 920 times my 2%, and that's going to give me a commission of $18.40. So therefore, my total weekly earnings is $498.96. And that $498.96 is, you get your weekly base salary of $440 plus your $40.56. This is your commission on your total net sales, plus $18.40 on your commission on the push money for the cashmere sweaters. And that gives me $498.96. Okay, so this is this particular problem. Please, I cannot emphasize it enough. Please make sure that you complete all of your assignments by the established due date. You have 2 tries. I keep the highest grade earned. Please, if you didn't do well in the first try, please utilize the second attempt. If you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Please reference your syllabus for my office hours and my availability, and you can stop by and ask any questions. You can call my office during those scheduled hours that I'm there, so I can get any questions addressed. Okay, and that is basically it. Stay safe, and until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.